Let's start looking at object-oriented programming, and I'm just going to do some stuff from the console to start. So I'm going to hit F12 to get into the debugger. And the first way to create an object is by using JavaScript object notation, which is also known as JSON, like so. And JavaScript object notation is basically two curly brackets by themselves as an immediate data object returns an object. And this is a generic object, and I haven't specified any properties or methods here, so the object I get is of class object and is completely empty. Now I can also specify some attributes and properties, like for example, type colon is the string dog, and sound colon is the string bark, and legs colon is the number 4. So now I have an object that has some property set, and I can access those properties. Let's store this in a variable so I can do stuff with it. Var dog equal that object, and I can access the properties by saying dog.type, dog.legs, and so on. So in JavaScript, I can set or change property values whether I've declared those property values or not. So basically any object in JavaScript you can set property values on. So I can say dog dot and let's say color is brown. And now if I look at my dog object, I see that there's a color property with the value brown here. Now, in addition to properties, I can also specify methods. And in JavaScript, a method is just a property whose value is a function. So for example, I can say dog.speak is equal to a function that takes no arguments. And what it's going to do is console.log dog.sound. So if I say dog.speak, the value there is a function, and if I call that function, it writes bark to the console. Now, there's a problem here because the method is referring to the variable dog, which is not a property of the object. What I really want to do is refer to the sound property of whatever current object I'm running it on. So for example, if I declare a new cat, var cat equal object type cat sound meow legs 4 color orange, and then I add cat.speak equal function console.log dog.sound, just like the other object, and I say cat.speak, the cat's going to go bark here too. Now I could just make this refer to cat.sound, but then I would have to change the variable for every object I created, which is kind of a pain. What I want to do instead is I want to have one function that's used by all the animals that pronounces whatever sound is associated with that animal. So when I run this method, I want to run it on whatever object I'm calling the method on. So cat.speak should run on cat, dog.speak should run on dog, and so on. And the way you refer to the object that you're running a method on is by using a fake variable called this. So if I define cat.speak as console.log this.sound, and then I say cat.speak, it's referring to the sound property on this object being the object I'm running the method on, so cat. And then if I do the same thing for dog, this.sound, now if I say dog.speak, I get a bark, cat.speak still says meow. So this is how you can define a method that refers to whatever object the method is currently being run on. So you only have one method instead of a bunch of different methods.